Alright, hopefully y'all can hear me, but we're a week removed from trading Robbie Anderson to the Arizona Cardinals for a sixth and a seventh. Now, I liked Robbie. I thought he was a pretty good receiver, but we had no freaking quarterback. 3 years in a row. Teddy Bridgewater, which was actually his best year, but that was because we had Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore with him. He had 1,000 yards receiving. Everybody had career years that year, despite the fact that Teddy couldn't go out there, have a game-winning drive to save his life. All the receivers put up decent numbers. That was the only average quarterback he ever had in his NFL career. Had Sam Darnold, trash, with the Jets and with the Panthers. Has Baker Mayfield, even worse, can't do nothing. McAdoo, Harbaugh, offensive coordinator. I like Robbie. I think he's a legitimate number 2. I think he's going to a great situation in Arizona. They got D-Hop back. Hollywood's out for probably 3 to 4 weeks. I don't know if he's on IR or not, but he's definitely going to be out for a little bit. And he's in an offense where they love to throw the ball. Rather, Kyler needs to be throwing the ball, 40 to 50 times a game is a completely different story. But he's in an offense where he's going to get his targets each and every week. Unlike the Panthers, you're just going to have him line up completely away from where the football is going. Like his last game with us, we had like 4 or 5 screenplays that we called where Robbie's completely out of the play. And then, his last play of the game, once again, we have him in the screenplay. Nowhere to be seen on the field of play to go out there and make anything happen for us. It's dink and dunk. Probably throws a fit. Off he goes. Cusses out the receivers coach, gets kicked out of the game, gets traded literally less than 24 hours later for a 6th and 7th round pick for the Cardinals. It sucks for Robbie, but at the end of the day, he wasn't going to be on the team next year anyways. We tried to trade him at the beginning of the year. Didn't work out. Tried trading him during draft. Didn't work out. Alright, I'm gonna scratch all this because that was lame as fuck. Cringe. Alright, what are we at? 211, so. Alright, so we just traded Robbie Anderson for a 6th and 7th round pick to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I liked Robbie. I thought he was a pretty good number 2 receiver. Is he a Chris Godwin kind of guy? Is he even a Cole Beasley kind of guy? I don't think so. I don't think he's, is he even a, Mushin Muhammad kind of production guy at number 2? I don't think he's that kind of receiver. But I think he can put up Stevie Johnson type numbers. I think he can put up John Brown type numbers with the right quarterback. We saw the 1 year he had an average quarterback with Teddy Bridgewater. Ham, DJ, and Kurtko all had career years. We couldn't have a game-winning drive to save our lives, but our receivers could put up decent numbers. Now, we're shipping him away. He's going to a pass-happy offense, for better or for worse. I don't know if Kyler Murray necessarily needs to be thrown for 40 or 50 times a game, but for Robbie, perfect situation for him. Only way it could have got better is if he went to like the Buffalo Bills or the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I liked Robbie, but he was never gonna flourish with this type of offense that we're running. We don't have the quarterbacks to go out there and throw it even 30 times a game and do it effectively. So now he's off the team. Christian McCaffrey's off the team. We're not going to do much but just run the ball with Foreman and Truba Hubbard time and time again, and presumably PJ is going to be the starter for the rest of the season. I expect a lot of 15 to 20 pass attempt games for the rest of the year. I think we're going to be running the ball a lot, setting everything up with play action, and that's what you're going to see. Now, we're only a game removed from the playoffs, so presumably if the Ravens handle business and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like everybody expects them to, then all we got to do is go on the road, beat the Atlanta Falcons, and beat Marcus Mariota. I think we can go out there and do it. I think PJ's just good enough for us to go out there and beat the Falcons. And then after that, I was like, all right, can we beat the Cincinnati Bengals? Can we beat the, Buccaneers on the road week 16? Like, there's hope for us. Not much hope, but we can actually do something now. You know, at the end of the day, sucks for Robbie, but he had to go. Alright, so we just traded Robbie Anderson for a 6th and a 7th round pick. Now, I liked Robbie. First year with us, put up career numbers. Over 1,000 yards receiving. Him, Kurt Coe, DJ Moore, and Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. The only average quarterback he ever had. He put up respectable numbers. Excuse me. Then after that, it was all downhill from there. You know, we gave him a big contract. $33 million, I believe, but we had Sam Darnold at quarterback. We had Baker Mayfield at quarterback. We got P.J. Walker at quarterback, who was his college quarterback, but, you know, sometimes P.J.'s really good, sometimes he's god-awful. I mean, this was a guy that was, you know, down to being the 4th-string quarterback on our team until injuries piled up. As for Robbie, you know, I thought he was a good receiver. Did I think he was like a number 2, like a Chris Godwin or a Mushin Muhammad? Hell no. But, I mean, the guy could go out there and play. It's going to a perfect team. Cardinals, pass happy. The only way it could have gotten better is if we went to the Chiefs, obviously, with my homeboy. But it's going there, Kyler Murray. They're going to throw it, you know, 35 to 45 times a game. Robbie will get his targets week in, week out. Hollywood Brown's going to be out for a few weeks at least. I think it's a perfect situation for him. Now for us, what it means is, hey, we got 2 draft picks, a 6th and a 7th. Knowing Scotty fit, he'll probably package that to move up in next year's draft, the draft after. We'll see what happens. But what this really means is Terrence Marshall Jr., our 2nd round pick from last year, the Drew Brady pick. He can go out there and he can produce now. I think we saw him last week, 3 receptions, 38 yards. He had the 1 drop. And he's finally getting on the field. When Robbie was there, he was never going to touch it. When Matt Rule was there, he was never going to touch the field. Matt Rule loved Shi Smith, our 6th round pick, for whatever reason. You don't draft the guy in the 2nd round. Make him a healthy scratch week in and week out. That's what Matt Rule was doing. Even his rookie year. I mean, you know, Terrence Marshall Jr. was tearing it up his rookie year in training camp and preseason. The guy never saw the field. I think he had like 108 receiving yards the entire season. Like 12 catches or some shit. Now we have him out there active on the roster. Basically starting games for us. And we'll get to see what he can do for the rest of the season. I expect P.J. Walker to be our starter for the rest of the year. Baker Mayfield, his career basically as a starter, maybe even in the NFL, it's over with. You know, if he plays more than, I think if he plays 70% or more, we're going to have to give up a 4th round pick to the Browns next year, so that ain't going to happen. If it stays below 70, it's a 5th rounder. I think was he P.J. Walker the rest of the way. Now that we're back in the division hunt, somehow, somewhere. I mean, we went from 1-5 to now 2-5. We're only a game removed. I mean, realistically, all we have to do is beat the Atlanta Falcons, and there's probably like a 99% chance that after Sunday we'll be on top of the division. That's if the Ravens handle business on Thursday, but you never know. I mean, they found 3 ways to choke games away this year. They might find a 4th way on Thursday night, but, you know, best of luck to Robbie. Hopefully he does well. And Christian McCaffrey,